What's going on YouTube? It's your girl AJ back with another video. Like, this is video number 3 and it's about to be 3 and 4 because this is gonna have a part 2. Like, this is that long awaited story time that I've been telling y'all that I'm gonna do for y'all. Here it is. So let me grab my cup. Like, AJ, why don't you just, instead of doing red cup chronicles, why don't you do blue cup chronicles? Y'all use blue cups all the time. So that's what we doing. These are blue cup chronicles, and it will have some snazzy name that my best friend is gonna give to me. And here we go. Like the video, share it, and hopefully who I'm talking about in this video won't see the video, but if he does, hey boo, hey. Okay, so we're gonna start, excuse me y'all, we're gonna go back a few years ago to my birthday. Okay, I can't remember exactly which birthday it was, but this story takes place probably, it's not 5, 6, let's say 6 years ago, something like that. That sound about right. Okay, so 6 years ago. All right, so I'm grown as hell, right? So I'm not old, number one, but I'm grown as hell. So I was already, you know, I'd already graduated from grad school. I was working in my field. I'm a mental health professional. I'm a clinical social worker. So I was working, whatever. My birthday was coming up, and my birthday is May 27th, right? So what holiday falls on May 27th? Memorial Day. Like, literally, my birthday and Memorial Day are usually, if they're not the same day, it is that same holiday weekend. So I know every year I'm going to have my birthday off, okay? Which is wonderful. So even if I have to work my birthday, I'm still gonna have a 3-day weekend. So it works out, right? So this year in particular, I had already planned a girls trip to Vegas, okay? So it was me, it was my bestie, okay? We gonna call her Lily, okay? And I already have a friend Lily, so I'm not talking about you, girl, okay? We're gonna call my bestie Lily. And her friend also came as well. It was the 3 of us. And let's call her friend TT. Okay, so we live in the Washington DC area. So we had our flight. We were flying out like a Thursday, Friday morning sometime. Anybody that is taking that flight from DC to Vegas, it's about a 5-hour flight, right? So, but we are having a good time from the time we get on the plane, because we know we are going to Vegas and it is going down, okay? I was there to have the birthday turn up of a lifetime. My bestie's friend was there to have just a good ass time. And my best friend, she's not necessarily the partier, but the 2 of us, we were trying to, you know, pull her out just a little for this weekend, right? You know, nothing crazy, nothing dangerous, but we wanted her to have a good time. So we get on the plane, and as soon as we get on the plane, it is party central in whatever seat we are in, okay? Because we're talking to the people around us, the flight attendants here that I'm celebrating my birthday, and literally shots start coming to us from flight attendants. So I'm getting shots, I'm getting wine, different variations of liquor, pretty much whatever they had on that plane, like we were getting, okay? And we weren't paying for it because they were like, oh, we're going to Vegas, it's your birthday, turn up, yeah. So pretty much that's what was happening, right? So pretty much by the time we get to Vegas, we're already lit. Okay. And Vegas is one of my favorite places. So I already knew the hotel that I wanted to stay at, and the hotel that I had chosen was the Bellagio. Okay. So anybody that's been to Vegas knows the Bellagio. It's beautiful, right? Okay, so I got this amazing deal for our room at the Bellagio. It was the 3 of us. We were gonna have a great time. So, and I'll try to insert pictures. I'm just gonna put pictures of me. So, first day we get there, and it's just like a really chill day. Of course, we eat, we shop. Everyone that goes to Vegas, you know, the shopping is amazing. We shop, we eat. I think we go to the pool. Like, we have a great day, okay? You know, the phone calls are coming in. Happy birthday, turn up, yeah, right? Okay, so the next day, we did something that day. It was some movie coming out, and why do I want to say it was like Hangover 2 came out that weekend? I think it was Hangover 2, y'all, for real, because y'all know how Hangover 2 is in Vegas, something like that. So we went to the movies to go see Hangover 2, and then we went into Paris, I think, and got on the roller coaster, and went to another hotel and got on that roller coaster. Like, we are living our best lives, okay, in Vegas, okay? We're taking silly pictures on the street. We're talking to people, just having a really good time, okay? We did go out that night, and I thought that was gonna be the night that we really partied, that we really got it in. And I'll insert pictures. Let me move myself. I'll insert pictures of like what I was wearing on that particular night and a few other pictures, right? Okay. So turns out that night is a bust. For whatever reason, I forgot what happened. We ended up going to this club. I want to say it was at the Mirage, and something happened that night in the club. I want to say it was a shooting, something dramatic, okay, happened. And it was just like, damn, we were supposed to turn up this night because, you know, the next night was our last night in Vegas. So it was going to be semi-chill. It was going to be, you know, going to dinner, you know, just walk around and get it. Okay. So, but that ain't happened, right? We had to switch those 2 nights. Okay. So, the night that was supposed to be the party night ended up being a chill night. And then our last night in Vegas had to be, okay, party like, we got to party like rock stars. Like, this is why I came. This is why we took this 5-hour flight and we spent this money. Like, we're going out with a bang, right? Right. Okay. I was, and TT was, Lily was not having it by this time, okay? She was ready to go home, okay? But she was trying to be a good sport. So, the last night, we like, nah, we're not gonna walk the strip tonight. We're not doing all that. Our feet hurt from last night, walking in heels. We are going to party in the Bellagio. So if I can find out whatever the club is in the Bellagio that we partied at, I'll put that information somewhere, okay? So And of course we had gotten like some VIP information, something like that. I remember us standing in line, but not really standing in line for too long, because I remember saying it was my birthday, and us being able to go in. So I get in fine. TT gets in fine. And for whatever reason, Lily, they said her outfit wasn't appropriate for the club. But mind you, like, one thing my best friend is fly, okay? So she's not one of those, like, she's not wearing nothing, you know, real tight and all exposed and titties and ass, like that's not her, okay? But when she pulls it together, she's pulling it together, like she's stylish like that, okay? So, and I forgot what outfit she had on, but it was something designer, something fabulous, and something that clearly these people just didn't know about here in Vegas, because they're used to, you know, tits and ass, right? And pretty much me and me and TT, we were fitting the mold for that, okay? Because that night, last night, I will definitely insert a picture what I was wearing right in here, okay? So yes, all of that. Like, I had on my flats, like my Marc Jacobs leather flat tennis shoes. Ooh, they fly. But I had that on, had my braids. Listen, and I forgot what TT had on, but whatever. We were serving the kids, okay? Everything they wanted. They wanted TNA that night. They were getting TNA, okay? From me, at least. It was my birthday, damn it. So, regardless, she can't get into the club. They tell her that she has to change. She was like, I'm not changing. Like, forget it. Whatever. She gets mad, cusses somebody out, and she's like, you know what? It's cool. I'm gonna go up to the room, whatever. I think she did actually come back down at some point and, you know, try to get involved. And then she was just like, I'm going up to the room. I'm going to bed. Like, I'm gonna talk to, you know, family back home, and I see y'all in the room. So, but whatever. Me and TT, we are living our best lives, okay? We are getting it, okay? So, and you know how Vegas clubs are, you know, and this one wasn't one of those like do, you know, it wasn't all of that. Like, it was a good mix, okay? It was a mixed crowd, mostly white, but you know, it was a mixed crowd, and the music was popular music, okay? Let's just say that. So, you know, we're talking to people, you know, guys are trying to buy drinks, and you know, we're just having a good time. At some point in time, TT gets attached to this dude or whatever. Like, they start dancing, they start talking, they hitting it off. So whatever, she's cool. Like, I see her, we're good. Like, as long as you're in my eyesight, heifer, you know, don't go nowhere with this man. But as long as you're in my eyesight, we good. So, pretty much this is around the time that I just feel somebody come up from behind me and start dancing with me, okay? I don't care who this is behind me. I'm dancing. Like I said, I'm having a ball, okay? Definitely weren't drunk this night, okay? We just weren't drinking that night, okay? For whatever reason. So, but one song passes, 2, 3, 4. I'm like, dang, this dude, whoever this is, he is still like really holding on to me, like he was not letting me go. So I finally just turn around and it's like, who is this dude, right? So I turn around, I see Frenchie, okay? And it was easy for me to pull that name out like that because my friends and I have always called him Frenchie, okay? That has always been his code name, Frenchie. So I see Frenchie. Now, let me describe Frenchie for you. Frenchie is probably about, 5'11", 6 foot, light brown guy. Little complexion is lighter than I am. Okay, so he's a light-skinned black man, like I said, about 6 foot tall, athletically built, bald head. Bald heads don't really do anything for me, but it was like bald head. And just looking at Frenchie's attire, because clearly my attire, I was young and getting it in this jumpsuit, okay? And Frenchie, he didn't look old, but he clearly was not your typical 26-year-old, 27-year-old dude in the club, okay? Like, he had on some jeans, nice jeans and a button down. And when I say velvet again, had on like velvet-esque, I'm not gonna call it velvet, but it was a velvet-esque blazer, okay? Whatever it was hot. He was dancing on me, he was hot. But anyway, he wouldn't let me go, so I couldn't let him go. Like, I couldn't get rid of him. So we started talking, and I'm trying to talk to him, but I noticed that Frenchie has exactly that, a heavy French accent, okay? So every other word is, huh? What you say? And pretty much after what you say, like, I'm done. Like, I'm really frustrated with the conversation. But he's still talking to me, telling me whatever he's telling me. I'm beautiful, whatever, what's your name, yada yada, whatever. So I didn't know that I was supposed to be lying to him and telling him, giving him a made up name and everything like that, and just making up my whole life, because clearly I would have done that if I would have known to do that. So anyway, fight breaks out in the club, okay? So I was glad that Frenchie was holding on to me so tight, because clearly, I don't know what happened, but Frenchie was not gonna let go of me. He wasn't gonna let me get hurt. He was my bodyguard for the evening, and he made that very clear, okay? So whatever, fight breaks out. We move away from the dance floor. He wants to buy me a drink. I'm like, nah, I'm good, but I'll take some water, right? So get some water, and we just talking or whatever. We're trying to talk, because remember I said he has a heavy French accent, okay? Heavy. So we go outside the club. It's hot, trying to get some air, and I see TT and old boy, whoever he was, they were still talking, getting it, and so we're just trying to figure out, like, okay, where you going? And pretty much Frenchie wanted to take me to breakfast, okay? Because at this time, it's probably 3 a.m., right? So he wants to take me to breakfast. Cool. My girl and dude, oh boy, they went to eat somewhere else, but I told her, stay in this hotel, right? So we just went to one of these little 24-hour places in the hotel, whatever, right? So we start talking, we're sitting down, and when I'm looking at Frenchie, Frenchie is really, really attractive, and he's very, he has this whole suave thing, this whole debonair thing. Like, you can tell that the women love Frenchie. Like, pretty much the draws are just thrown at Frenchie all the time. Like, this is what he exudes, right? And it's kind of like he's expecting me to throw my draws in line too. But that wasn't happening for Frenchie this evening. So, Frenchie had, like, my eyes, I know you guys can't see my eyes, but my eyes are lighter brown. I have hazel eyes. Frenchie's eyes were blue, okay? So he always wanted to look at you very deeply and, you know, not blink, you know. I was like, okay, Frenchie. But whatever. So we're talking. He asked me, you know, what do I do? I was like, oh, I'm a social worker. Whatever. You know, I'm from Maryland, whatever. Now, he says that when I ask him what he does, he says that he's in the military and he's in the Marine Corps, which I already knew because I saw his ID. Looking at his ID when he was paying for the water that we got in the club. So he pays for water. And well, right now we're eating, right? So I already knew that he was in the military, but I just couldn't see the first name on the ID. I already knew his last name because if you know DOD IDs, last name is real big, it stands out. And the first name, I just couldn't see it. So whatever. So I knew his last name was Frenchie. So, but you know, we're talking, he seems nice enough. But you know, Frenchie's very weird, okay? You know, asking me if, oh, I don't want to know how many people that he's killed. And I just kind of look at him, you know, we were in war at the time. So I'm just looking at him like, well, you're a Marine. I'm pretty sure it's part of the job description. I don't really need to know the details, you know? So yeah, he's like, oh, well, most women are intimidated by that. I'm like, I'm not intimidated by that because first of all, I know how to use a firearm, number one. So you get to acting stupid, Frenchie, we just gonna have a shootout. And number two, no, right? So already Frenchie was a little off, okay? So that we eat, you know, he forces me to eat. I want soup. He won't let me get soup because soup isn't food. And he wants to feed me. So I forgot what I had, something heavy that I didn't end up eating. And he walks me to the elevator. So we walk to the elevator and he's trying to get up in my room. And I'm like, dude, you're not coming up in my room. My friends are here and we are leaving in the morning, okay? So now he's trying to take me to his room. Oh, my friend, I'll kick him out. Nah. Sorry, not doing that. Like, that's not happening tonight, okay? I was like, listen, I'll give you my number. If you call me, you call me. If you don't, it was nice to know you, like, straight up. Now, I'm gonna put you on game, okay? Listen, children, okay? Because I've done this, okay? I'm married now, but pretty much I've played this game. Listen. So the number that I gave him, I didn't give him my cell phone number. I didn't want him having all that access to me. I gave him my work number. Why my work number? Because he could leave a message. I could see if I wanted to call him back. And if he was really serious about wanting to talk to me, then he would leave a message on my work number. So that's the number that he ended up getting, right? Cool. So we get back to Maryland and I don't go straight back to work. I have a couple more days off of work. And what happens? When I get back to work, Frenchie has left a good 3 messages for me. Okay. So, long story short, we're going to shorten it up right here. And this is where I'm going to stop. And this is where part 2 will begin. Okay. Pretty much Frenchie and I ended up talking for probably a good 3 months, 3.5, almost 4 months. And when I say talking, I mean talking every day. He was going to call me. I'm not going to say I was going to call him. He was stationed out in California at a base 29 Palms. So if you know anything about 29 Palms, it's in the desert. It's in the middle of nowhere, right? So, but he wanted to see me. He wanted me to come out and spend the weekend with him. right? I know there's nothing to do on that base. So, and he's like, well, we can go to Palm Springs. So he's like, oh, okay, well, I'll pay for this and I'll pay for this. And, you know, you just come. And it just so happened that it was another holiday weekend coming up. So when you're in the military, you have something called 4-day weekends. So you'll have that Friday and the Monday, you'll have those days off. So it was a 4-day coming up. So I was like, you know what? You only live once. This is probably really stupid of me, but I'm a big girl. I can take care of myself. And if this get to tripping out here, we just gonna have a problem. But I said, you know what? It's Palm Springs for the weekend. I'm young. I'm single. Let's get it. So that is where we gonna leave part 1. Okay, please stick around for part 2. And if you like this part of the story time, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I'm telling you, second part, it gets so much better. So I will see y'all in part 2. Peace.